Hello everybody, thank you for joining me on Christine's Awesome Things. My name is Christine, here today with another video. This one is on my peach cobbler. You make this peach cobbler, it is going to be wonderful. So I've accelerated things along for you in this video so that you'll have a chance to really get to see what it looks like without long-winded mix this, mix that. All right, here we go. I've accelerated things here for the sake of the video, but here's the thing: you want to make sure that your oven is preheated at 350 degrees. All right, next you want a pan to cook your peach cobbler in, foil pan, casserole dish, whatever. Key thing is spray the bottom of your dish, whatever you're baking it in, with vegetable oil, cooking oil, spray, whatever. Line your pan with your pie crust, making sure you're coming up to the sides. And remember, take a fork and poke holes in your crust. This will keep your crust from getting those bubbles and air pockets in them, okay? And yes, you are going to have to piece together your crust, because I don't know any crust that's going to cover the whole pan, all right? So you're probably going to need two. For mine's three. Two, well, actually 1.5 is going to go in the pan to do the bottom and the sides of the pan, and then you're going to use the rest for the top. All right, so I have 3 29-ounce cans of peaches. All right, you want to drain off the juice of 2 of those cans. You only need a little of the juice from the peaches in your peach cobbler. If you have too much juice, it's going to be watery, all right? And if you don't have any juice, it's going to be dry. If you're using the 14-ounce cans, you're going to need 6 of them. You can also cut this recipe in half. And everything that I'm going to tell you about will be in the description box below, all right? Now, I have my pot. Pour my 3 cans of peaches into my pot, all right? Once you do that, you're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar, all right? 1 tablespoon and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of lemon extract, 1 tablespoon plus 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 tablespoon plus 1/4 teaspoon of lemon juice, and 1.5 sticks of butter. Mix those ingredients together in your pot with the peaches. Put it on the stove on medium-high heat. You want to heat it until it's bubbly and the butter is melted. All right? Got that? Next, you're going to take 3 tablespoons of cornstarch in a separate bowl and add 2 tablespoons and 1/2 tablespoon to the cornstarch and mix it together. You have to make sure that the water you use to put in the cornstarch is cold, all right? And you can only put this cornstarch mix into hot liquids, all right? Which means that your peach cobbler mix needs to be hot and the butter melting. Now I'm going to pour this cornstarch into my hot peach cobbler mixture. This is going to help my juices thicken as they bake. And I'm going to stir this around in here, all right? After it's stirred around in here into the hot mixture, I'm going to pour it into the pan. All right. Then I'm going to make sure everything is around in here. Now I do like to use sliced and half peaches in my recipes. It's just fun. Okay. Now I'm going to place my strips across here to do my lattice top. And yes, you are going to have to piece them together. I'm going to place this all the way up towards the top so it can kind of connect with the other pieces of pie crust in the corner. All right. here. Now your peach cobbler, it does not have to be perfect, but if you're just taking your time and just got nothing else to do, then you know you can go ahead and try to make the strips perfect size and everything. I am not about to go through all that because it's going to be eaten, so what does it matter? All right, as long as you get your strips to connect to the other side of your strips and to your other dough, you're great. All right, so example, my lettuce top usually is better than this, but anyway, for the sake of the video, the pie is still absolutely delicious. I usually use a little bit more pie crust in this because my family loves the crust. I don't know why. So I am going to put this in the oven, and it's going to bake in the oven on 350 degrees for an hour and a half. One other thing I would suggest, before you put your peach cobbler in the oven, I would suggest putting a cookie sheet up under it. As your peach cobbler cooks, it's going to bubble, and you probably have juices that's going to drip down into the bottom of the oven. So if you put a cookie sheet under there, it'll catch the juices. After your peach cobbler is done cooking and you take it out, this is what you'll have. I recommend not cutting into your peach cobbler for at least 2 hours. It gives it the time to cool off, settle, for the juices in it to actually thicken up, because when you put the cornstarch in there into the hot food, into the hot liquid, and put it in the oven, it's still cooking, it's still hot. It's when it cools off that it becomes thicker. So here's the end result, and I hope you enjoy. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll be coming out with more videos for you. See you next time.